Welcome back to our final game of opening day here at the AABA. We have a little switch at the commentary table right now. Alec and Pat went home early after a great job today, and now we have Richard Elmolian filling in. Richard, welcome to the desk.
Thank you. It's an honor. This place is just absolutely wonderful, isn't it?
Richard, I know this is a big part of your brainchild, and I'm sure you're happy to see how it's been coming out today.
Well, it's absolutely astonishing. I mean, this whole vision came around approximately a year ago, and at this point, the progress we've seen, absolutely beautiful.
Definitely beautiful, and now we have the defending champions taking the court. Hrazdan will take on Avan, and these are two teams that, especially without Dre Spy on the court right now for Hrazdan, they're going to match up really well.
These two teams do not like each other. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, Hrazdan is the two-time defending champions, and they're looking to bring a three-peat, which a lot of people in the league are questioning that.
I mean, a lot of people questioning after that performance by the Armans, who barely eked out a win against Aragats after being up big early. It could be anyone's game. Arabuni showed us a lot of good stuff today, too.
For those who missed it, I mean, absolutely phenomenal games. I mean, Armans versus the Aragats. It was fantastic. The Aragats young, and the Armans, the vets, did their job.
And in case you didn't know, don't miss any AABA action all season long. We'll be here from September till the end of October on YouTube, on Twitch. Subscribe to us. It's free. It won't kill you.
And today's pregame was brought to you by LA Storm Academy, LA Storm Academy Youth Basketball Development. If you're looking for their Instagram, LA Storm Academy.
Hrazdan gets a stop early on. Narbe Ibrahimian finds Tevan, and Tevan Hudatian with the early basket.
That's his bread and butter.
And you know, Hrazdan has a lot of experience together playing in this league. Avan obviously play home event together. A lot of these guys are on Menwa Sipan team, but Hrazdan knows how to play this style of basketball together.
I mean, the team has a versatile group. They have new additions, and they also have dropped a couple of players. They lost Warren Helliger, key player, lost Roman Davis, another key player, and they've added Alan Baramjan from the perimeter to kind of help them in that aspect.
And a big piece missing today for Avan is Coco Luna. Big man in the middle, very good at rebounding, can stretch the floor, does just about everything.
Almost threaded the needle there, but out of bounds it goes. Zando, who do you have as the X factor for today's game? I mean, for both teams, who do you have it?
For Hrazdan, it's got to be Andreas Pelosian as Tevan, who gets another basket. He's just a guy that he's fearless when he plays. He doesn't care. And then for Avan, I got to go with Alik Irapetian. Guy who will probably match up with Dre a lot of this game. He's just feisty on both ends of the court. Plays tough. Dre draws a foul, goes to the line. Ali, a guy that's played college basketball too, played at Knox College in Chicago or in Illinois, so he's played a lot of high-level competition.
You know who I'm watching for today? Number 14. He's at the line right now, Andreas Bogosian. He's always been a disciplined, composed player, and he always comes down at the right time for the three-pointer and on defense.
He's a guy, too, that you look at him, you're like, he's not going to shoot this one, and all of a sudden he pulls it, you're like, damn, should have had a hand up.
Yeah, honestly, makes you regret it.
Dre good on the first. Hrazdan off to early 5-0 lead.
As Bogosian goes for his second.
Dre good on both of his free throws. Like slowing down the pace now, calling something out.
Avan definitely is one of the teams that has their set offense, and they like to run it quite frequently.
They're a team that's better in the half court than out in transition. And here's Austin Cole, a guy that I love watching play. Him and Narbeck matching up against each other is going to be a treat all day. Shot clock expires on Avan. And so far, the defending champs have looked good, Rich.
Defending champions are looking good, you know, making a statement. And for those who are unfamiliar with some of the rules, the clock is at 24 seconds. Whenever the ball hits the rim and it's an offensive rebound, it goes down to, I believe it's 14, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. FIBA rules is how it's operating as Narbe Ibrahimian goes up for the lay.
And so far for Hrazdan, it's just been an inside attack. All their points in the paint. Cole working on Narbe.
It's that matchup that you were talking about, Zando.
And that's a travel.
Hrad Yazijian with the travel. He's known for his physicality in this league. You know, a lot of players don't like it, but it gets the job done. If you're the Avan, you love him as a teammate, and if you're on the Hrazdan, you don't like it.
Early timeout by Coach Menwa of Avan, and a guy who just checked in that didn't start, Mike Kirkayan, that guy's a walking bucket pretty much.
Easily. He's the Ginobili of this team. He keeps them glued together, comes off the bench frequently. His humility is outstanding, and he's a player that I've been watching since he was at Crespi. Those CIF games were nothing to joke about.
Stand out at Crespi, played with Anthony Melton of the 76ers. Another guy that's played with a lot of high-level basketball players. People don't realize. Number 16 on the court, Zara Avedian. Just a Hall of Famer at Cal Lutheran.
Casual.
Was it
Cal Lu or Dominguez Hills?
That was the other seed. That was at
really?
Dominguez Hills.
Well, two Zares in one league.
Look at number 45, Narbe Ibrahimian. Great story with him. Walk-on at San Diego State University. Just so much talent inside this league.
Man, it feels like yesterday when I was watching Narbe at San Diego State. Can you believe it's been 9 years?
Feels like yesterday I was watching him at CV play for my uncle as he gets a bucket right on cue.
Ira Petian, they got to watch out for his sneaky threes. He hasn't really looked for that yet, but watch out for that. They're a very streaky team. They're missing Akko Kaluna today, who is one of the major forces of this team. I mean, just to give you a brief background, as a quick foul on the other end, Kaluna broke the backboard of West Ranch High School. They had to relocate the whole game.
That's grown man strength right there.
Grown man strength.
And Rich, you're a guy that played, you're a pretty good player back in your day. Played at Burbank High School. You see a lot of Pacific League talent throughout this whole league.
Yes, sir. I mean, Ryan Barsegian, number 5 for the Avan, as Ibrahimian himself was a Pacific League player. I mean, for Crescenta Valley, which Crescenta Valley breeds team-oriented athletes.
Just look at number 14, Andreas Belosian, a guy who played on the greatest team in Crescenta Valley basketball history. Team that went 29-5, made it to the
Beautiful
state
pass.
and CIF semifinals. And Zara Avedian, no good, but you gotta contest them out there. Hrazdan up 12-0, 6:45 left in the first quarter.
If Avedian is missing those open shots, you got to be happy if you're Avan.
You gotta be happy getting that break. Absolutely, Rich. Cole against Narbe again, and look at Narbe just sliding with him. Avan still can't get the lid off the basket.
Beautiful pass.
Belosian in transition. Easy 2-and-10 on Narbe. That was a good pass.
Absolutely beautiful pass there. I mean, Ibrahimian is known for his defense.
I mean, and that's a guy that me and Pat and Alec have been talking about being in shape. He's probably in the best shape out of anyone here. You go down the street from Academy USA to P Academy. You get a nice training session. Barsegian not able to get it going for Avan. Numbers for Hrazdan. Gray blows by right to Tevon.
Almost in, but looks like
getting
he
a
felt like
little
there was
too
some
fancy.
content.
Short corner. And finally, Avan able to get their first basket. Hrad Yazijian getting it started.
Great pass.
Narbe for 3.
Another one. Wow. This Hrazdan team looks like they were pretty motivated from all those social media posts. By the way, for those who are not on our social media, not sure what you're doing out there, but it's AABA.league. Make sure to follow us, subscribe to the YouTube page, Twitch, however you like, whatever the platform is.
We'll be here till the end of October. Kirkayan in the corner. Barsegian drives and shot clock violation, but a foul called right before.
Ooh, I don't know about that one, but
It's a close call.
Ref saw something.
Close call. Sub coming in now. Sarkis Garolian checks in for Hrad.
You know, Garoyan is the only player that Avan has added since last year. Every single player has remained. Not much change, which is interesting because they did not meet expectations last year.
You know, maybe opting for consistency, just having a down season. Hrazdan pushes the break
Beautiful
again.
pass.
Voloshin. Thought he got fouled. Be a baseline inbound.
Got 19 seconds on the clock.
Narba catches. Backs down Garoyan. Can't get it to go. Barseghian the other way. Too strong. Cole hits a three.
Good. Austin Cole played for Kalu with Blake Miles, who is unfortunately not here today for the Avan.
And Austin Cole is the guy you gotta get going if you're Avan. Lethal shooter, and him getting his three-point shots going helps him score inside the paint. Hrazdan misses. And Rich, I don't know if you noticed on the back of the jersey, it looks like there might be some blood
Which one are you looking at?
on Tevon's, the back of his jersey.
Well, fun fact for the crowd out there, I'm actually colorblind, so red and green are identical to me. So Zando right now is testing my limits, clearly.
You know, that's usually a disclaimer you get beforehand as Barseghian hits from the corner.
That's all day.
And after not being able to hit a shot the first 5 minutes of the game, Avan cuts Hrazdan's lead down to 11. And Jagulian no good. Other way. Ali finds Austin Cole. Cole misfires.
It seems like both teams are not running to their pace. They're still getting a feel of the league, which is quite normal actually, but so far we haven't seen that in the last two games.
And Hrazdan hits a three. A shot that a lot of teams like to dare him to shoot. Other side, Barseghian answers right
Another
away.
one.
Rich, you would think the defending champions missing their best player and Andre Spite would come out lackadaisical, but right off the bat, they come out firing up 11 points.
To be fair, Avan doesn't have two of their, phenoms, Blake Miles and Akko Kaluna, but still no excuse when you have Austin Cole, Yazigian down low, being a body. Absolutely no reason why Avan should come out this flat. But hey, in the past, we have seen teams come back.
I mean, we saw it last game. Ara got down 16 early in the game. They kept fighting, kept clawing. There were a couple of shots falling away from just taking that game.
For those of you just tuning in, the game is live on YouTube and Twitch. Make sure to subscribe to AABA.League.
And for those of you that just tuned in, as Richard said, season is going to be going all 2 months long. Till the end of October. Regular season ends October 22nd. Semifinals on Friday, October 28th. And the big one, the final on Saturday, October 29th.
Can't
2
wait
days
for that.
before Halloween might get spooky.
Can't wait for that. And from what I know, actually, from the AABA executives, there might be a theme night coming. So make sure to watch out and actually come here for those of you online as Ebrahimian makes the easy lay.
Tatikian comes in and finds Narba right away for the quick two. 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Hrazdan up 13. Arbetian no good. But great hustle by Garoyan. And Cole not able to follow up.
Avan might be still figuring out using that FIBA ball. That is the newest addition to this year's league, of course.
And that is a big adjustment, playing with the different balls. So many people now are used to playing with that Wilson evolution, that just going and playing with a FIBA ball is a completely different game.
I agree. I totally agree. And honestly, I remember when I had to adjust to that like 7 years ago, it was night and day. It's like speaking a different language all of a sudden.
Cole active hands in the lane, running the other way on the break. Barseghian keeping his head up, finds Arbetian.
Avan wanted a kickball there, didn't get it.
And Jagulian brings it up now. Corner of Edian.
That's
He's
what
not
he's
going to
known
miss
for.
2 of those in a row. Gets his first 3-pointer of the day.
Avedian at 6'6", feels more like 6'8", to be honest. The way he's major down low.
And it's a tough guy to contest to because he shoots over everyone.
He has that Nowitzki shot, if not Vince Carter-esque.
Barsegian gets Satikian to blow by or jump by him. Ibrahimian with another board. Bogosian finds Satikian, and
Hard foul by Goroyan there.
That
Of course, he
was-
accepts it.
that was something that I don't know about that foul, just because you kind of shove the guy with 2 hands, a little too aggressive. But at least Satikian, he was okay with it. Usually players are going to be a lot more mad. I mean, we saw earlier with Stretch, he wasn't happy about some of the calls.
For those of you who are millennials, you probably think that's just a good hard foul. For those of you that are boomers, you probably think that's not a foul. So Gen Z, get used to it. A lot of that conversation is going to be happening today.
Hrazdan up 18, 54 seconds left in the first quarter. Satikian hits it, extends the lead to 19. And it's been a real slow start for Avan.
Sando, I'm really still looking for Ali Garapetian to get a little more aggressive. He's going too much with the offense right now, and he's not getting much there, as clearly Ryan Barsegian loses the ball there.
Trying to facilitate a little too much as Bogosian from the corner. No good. Other way, Barsegian. It's a 3-on-3 break.
As Injigulian goes for the European foul style.
Take foul that's getting taken out of the NBA.
Man, we've come a long way.
And it looked like he kind of called, the ref kind of called that one a little bit late after Samson was like, I got the foul.
Yeah, that was a gentleman's agreement there, clearly.
Barsegian inside.
That's not
No
his
good.
shot.
Gets the ball back. Doesn't finish, but Yazijian there to clean it up.
There was a lot of contact there for Barsegian, but of course the referees didn't call that one. Like to
3
let him
seconds left. Longurian comes into the game, floats one up, and beats the buzzer.
play. Mike Kirkane's confused. Menua's not happy. Head coach for Avan Basketball Club. Rebranded this year.
And just like that, at the end of the first quarter, Hrazdan doubles up Avan, up 30-15. We'll be right back after this short quarter break.
I mean, what's important for this upcoming season is just Gary being consistent and getting a chance to show what he can do and be on the court, and all this hard work to pay off from where he started last year and kind of just keep evolving to where it's going. As we talk about G, it's about getting 1% better every day. I think that's what we need to just focus on.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Back here at Academy USA, second quarter of this opener or our final opening game, the defending champion Hrazdan versus Avan. So far, it's been all Hrazdan.
And today's league opener is brought to you by Fanzia.app. Fanzia, by the fans, for the fans.
Satikian misses his first 3-point attempt. Bogosian winds up with it. Short corner, Satikian again. Rebound. Finds Longurian. And Andreas Bogosian, a little strong on his three. And you know what? We were talking about all the Pacific League guys. Let's talk about Narg, Longurian, and Arman Satikian for a second. 2 guys from Pilibos who were standouts.
As Ira Petian knocks that out. Yeah, I mean, really, the private school basketball game in the past 10 years has grown, and that's clear. Of course, the Bishop Gormans and whatnot, they're going to be fantastic, but having an Armenian private school great and producing players like them is fantastic.
I mean, just off the top of my head, I can think of players from Ferayan like Shant Arslanyan, Hudatin gets the best, Shant Arslanyan, Alice Iskandarian from Pilibos, Kevin Quali who played before, Kevin Hajar who played earlier today, Narek, Arman, from AGBU, there's some younger guys coming up. You know, the Martyrosian twins, Avan, Dorian. A lot of great talent in the youth for Armenians.
Hrazdan was a little starstruck by Cole down there.
While out of bounds, stays with Hrazdan.
For those of you just tuning in, the AABA League in itself will be operating from September to October, with the final match on October 29 and the semis on October 28th.
Hrazdan surveys, corner, Belosian finds Injigulian. Can't get three to fall. Now, Ira Petian not happy with his coach, I think. Kirkarian knocks one down.
Ira Petian's frustrated as to why Yazigian is guarding his opponent really far.
And Sadikian, little Cirque du Soleil finish. Looked like that hit the shot clock. And Hrazdan hits the deck.
That to me looked like a hard foul. I mean, I thought there should be an.
I don't know how that wasn't the foul, to be honest.
Yeah, as Gonzalez makes that one.
Avan cuts the lead to 16 points. 7:45 left in the first half. Samson hits Hrazdan. Sadikian.
Great pass by Kirkayan.
Down the lane, Austin Cole. Can't get it to stay down.
That's Yazigian's game. Down low ever since Burbank High School. I remember that.
And Hrazdan right away with the answer. And you know what? Yazigian, the best way I could break his game down, he's an enforcer.
Yeah, Hrazdan just looked me in the eyes and said, and one.
And there's Injigulian getting involved on the defensive side.
And Jagulian, one of those players that just a pest, an absolute pest, talks all the time on the court, which is what you want if you're a coach, really.
He's a Draymond Green-esque player. Belosian gets another basket.
I'm telling you, he's the X factor for today's game.
Hrazdan's lead back up to 18. Inside, Cole tries catching on the lob, doesn't finish.
Getting used to that FIBA ball. I think that's the only reason why that didn't go in there.
You know, for Cole, bigger load on his shoulders today, especially with Kaluna and Miles out.
Sando, we were talking earlier about Pacific League, and we talked a little bit about the Armenian private schools, but Hrazdan played both for Maranatha and Providence.
Yeah, great player at both schools. Also had the chance to play for Coach Jalizian at GCC as he gets bumped by Barsegian. And that's another guy just played against a lot of high-level competition. And that's what so many of these players bring to the table. They've played against great guys that it's elevated their game themselves.
I mean, when you look at who they've played with as well, I mean, Tyler Dorsey, if I'm not mistaken, was his teammate in high school. I mean, when you have that caliber of a player and they stick around in your life, it changes you too.
And played for a great coach at Maranatha too, Coach Tucker, close friend of the family.
I remember when Coach Tuck was at Pasadena. He was in the publics, then he went to the privates. He needed that. He needed the, how should I say, the budget? That he needed. Yeah, I mean, great coaches need big budgets.
Ivy Very did a great job at Pasadena too. Over to Andreas Belosian, Zatikian.
Oh, beautiful pass.
And Langurian.
Wow, I heard that from here, Zando.
I think
I heard that from here.
The train tracks
the
outside.
referee answered me. He heard me. He gave me a little explanation. He said he hit the ball first.
You know what? If he saw it, then it must be the right call. Barsegian gets a bucket. 16-point game with under 6 minutes left.
Hrazdan, no good there.
No good on his second three-pointer of the game. Cole now, other way. Finds Barsegian to Kirkayan, who hits his second three-pointer.
Oh, he's feeling it. They need to run the offense around him ASAP.
He's the only one that seems like he's not really phased by these rule changes, phased by the different ball. He's just playing ball.
as Zatikian makes that one. Great, beautiful jumper. Whenever he gets it going, he's nice.
Kane inside Cole loses the ball. Foul called on Barsegian.
You need to stop that play before another momentum shift happened.
And you know, maybe for Avan, you start sending some down screens for Cocaine, just getting him some movement while the play is starting. Maybe run some two-man game between him and Cole, just something to continue getting him looks.
Yeah, I mean, Cole's getting frustrated out there. He's really down low, working hard. They're triple teaming him, and that's where Kirkan needs to kind of step up, because Ira Petsian himself will also need to step up too.
There's a Vedian turnaround jumper. He'll say that's a pass to Longorian, but in the scorebook, that's going to go down as a shot.
You know, when I think of Longorian, I think of just a faster version of Ben Wallace. You know, I'm thinking a mix between Green and Ben Wallace. Of course, maybe less temper, no malice in the palace, but that's what I think of.
And he's a guy, too, that people will look at him and not think he's a hooper the way he is, but I'll tell you what, he's always competing, always playing his hardest, and he's always making an impact.
Agreed.
Kudatsian turnaround jumper, cash money.
You know what? I take that back. Boris Diaw. Longorian is very much of a Boris Diaw player.
Boris Diaw, longtime contributor on a lot of great Spurs teams. I would take that comparison any day.
Yeah. Gen Z, Google that one. Oh, that's open. He needs to take it.
Maybe too open. You know, that's the thing about some shooters. Sometimes they shoot better when they're contested.
Agreed.
And a Vedian deep three-pointer.
Logo Z is the new nickname, clearly.
Logo Z.
Shooting from the logo.
Barsegian can't find Cole. Narba tips it out. Irapetian coming back into the game. We're just 3.5 minutes left in the first half. What do you need Avan to do to try to get back into this game?
Just run the offense around Mike. You know, Mike Kirkan is clearly right now hot. You know, they just took him out, which is the ironic part, and have Ira Petsian back in as Gonzalez knocks that down. But really, you need to get your guards more involved, taking it to the rack instead of playing that half game.
Kudatsian the other way, just too easy for him.
The way Kudadian works, I would be surprised if he holds the ball for more than 5 seconds. He is off and running every single time.
And Rich, you know, one of Hrazdan's pickups, Alan Barjamian, hasn't checked in yet.
Yeah, Baramjian it seems like he's getting ready. Last year was with the Artsakh basketball club. This year over at Hrazdan.
And that guy is what I like to call a sniper, as the Tikians called for the travel.
If I'm Armin, I'm checking game tape for that one. I think it was a travel. What do you think about that?
That's a close one. I mean, I'll say I don't like arguing with refs.
You like arguing with me?
What?
Want to argue with me? I'm okay with that.
Arapetian brings Gonzalez. Pull-up jumper, no good.
Kudadian's looking around, scoping. Oh, I would have shot that if I was
There's
out.
Baramjian right on cue, subs into the game. Ibrahimian opposite side. Can't get the friendly roll.
You know, Baramjian actually has a history of playing overseas, you know, and he's played in Asia. You know, he has his experience as a hooper.
As Soravedi right around the defense. And Rich, you're exactly right. And you know what? It's ultimate respect to Alan, too, for continuing to play basketball as long as he can at a high level.
Yeah, 100%. As Yazijian,
Corner,
it's good.
Yazijian.
To be frank, not what he's known for, but today it's going in.
Gotta take what you get, especially right now for Avan.
Oh, that was
Arbed just turning back the clock with a vintage basket.
silky smooth.
When Norbe gets in that close, it's hard to stop him. Ira Petty the other way against Longorian. Gonzalez controls to Cole. Barsegian. Free throw line pull up.
I really hope the audience right now can hear Injagulian on the bench just dictating what the Hrazdan should do. He's a mini coach of himself.
Encore coach. Ramji, no good. And, you know, Hrazdan's coach, Ara Jajayan, I like to call him Jay, no slouch himself. Cole draws the foul. Avan down 19 points with 1:15 left in the first half.
It's sideline out. Austin didn't like that. He thought he gathered it enough.
Kirkayan in for Gonzalez. Timeout by Avan. Manuel wanted to draw something up. And you know what? This is a good time to take a timeout. Draw something up. Get an easy basket for your team.
Yeah, I agree. And especially you're about to go into halftime. There's going to be a lot to talk about if you're Avan.
And just in case you missed it, we'll be live on YouTube until the end of October. Regular season ends October 22nd. Playoffs start October 28th. Semifinals, 2 games that day. They'll tip off at 8 p.m. Probably go into the wee hours of the night at 11 p.m. And then the final on October 29th at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. And Rich, Injagulian continuing to talk to his team through the timeout.
He is so vocal. I mean, it's like one of those he's, you know what? Kind of like Pat Bev. You know, you need a guy that's always talking, always a pest on defense, knows his role, and he's okay on his bench. I mean, he's putting the same effort on the bench as he is on the court.
And you know, you just like, I said it earlier, I hate a quiet basketball game. You love to hear a excited gym, hype, loud. That's what basketball's supposed to be.
Your shoe squeaking needs to follow your words. That's how I see it.
That's a great one, Rich. As Yazidjian draws a foul. He's been one of the bright spots for them in this first half.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, originally we were thinking Irapetian would be the X factor, but clearly Yazidjian so far has taken that role.
Done a great job finding his shot, finding just open looks, really. He'll shoot 2 at the line.
Take a moment to highlight our technical crew from Miasin Inc., as well as Fanzia.app. By the fans, for the fans.
Minute left in the first half. Hrazdan right at the rim, and Yazidjian
Beautiful.
again just popping up on the stat sheet.
He's everywhere. He's really everywhere.
Into Lungurian. 18 on the shot clock. Ibrahimian draws a double team. Avedian. Pulls up on Cole. Short, 45 seconds left. Avan with the chance for a 2-for-1. Yazidjian. Inside, scores again on Baramjian.
Assist by Cole. Can't forget that one. That was a real hustle play. I mean, didn't think he would catch that one down there, but they did.
And they did execute the 2-for-1 now. About 9-second differential on the shot and game clock. Hrazdan to Ibrahimian. Ibrahimian, no good. Kirkayan brings.
He should hold the ball. You want to get only one shot off with 10 seconds left.
Samson calling for his team to foul. Cole sizing him up. Kirkayan finds Irapetian. Just beats the buzzer, but he's off on the jumper. A slow start for Avan against the defending champions who have come out of the gate extremely hot, jumping out to a 19-point lead at the end of the first half. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsor.
It's the time of the season when love runs high. In this time, give it to me easy and let me try with pleasured hands to take you in the sun to promised lands, to show you everyone. It's the time of the season for loving.
I mean, what's important for this upcoming season is just Gary being consistent and getting a chance to show what he can do and be on the court, and all this hard work to pay off from where he started last year and kind of just keep evolving to where it's going. As we talk about G, it's about getting 1% better every day. I think that's what you need to just focus on.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Welcome back to the final half of our league opener here at Academy USA. Avan find themselves trailing by 15 points to Hrazdan. Rich, what's it going to take for Avan to just start building their way up and start getting back into this one?
You know, originally I had the idea that you need to play your offense around Ira Petsian and Kirkan, and I still wholeheartedly believe in that. I mean, you have Austin Cole that is getting all the attention down low. Yazidian, that's where he's had his opportunity to shine, but they're going to need a lot more. If Yazidian is one of your main scorers for today, you got to get more out of Ira Petsian and Kirkan.
Absolutely, and for Cole, I feel like he just needs to get a couple shots to fall just so he can have some confidence going.
Couple of runs.
I've seen him get hot before. I'll tell you what, he can score with the best of them. It's just one of those things that he's getting attention from Z, who, you know, Z is a good matchup for him. Z may not be able to move like him, but he definitely can contest all of his shots.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed there, Zando. And for those of you tuning in with us, AABA League is functional from September all the way to the beginning of November. October 29 is the final championship game. Make sure to tune in every Saturday. Games going from 1 p.m. all the way to 6 p.m.
Ibrahimian slowly waiting to pick up the ball. Let it roll as far as he can. Gets it up top. Avedian. Floater. No good. And Ira Petsian pulls it down. And it looks like Avan has a little bit of urgency coming out of the halftime break.
Saw a little contact there from here, but I'm not even wearing my contacts, so.
Ibrahimian thought about it. Cross-court pass. Bogosian. Injagulian.
Another rebound for Yazidian.
Yazidian to Cole. Cole.
That's his bread and butter.
Gets a jumper to go. Maybe that's what he needs to get himself a hot start in the second half.
Injagulian bringing up the ball. That's an interesting start.
To be fair, I feel like with this Hrazdan team, besides Big Z, that they really can have anyone bring up the ball just so you can push the pace of the game. Avan forces a turnover on the break. Ira Petsian.
Beautiful. See
And
that
there
rainbow
he
shot?
is.
That was nice.
Hey, he'll take it. Ira Petsian cuts the lead to 11 points now.
I hope the youngsters saw that play. He didn't settle for that shot. He went, took it a little jump stop, and made it.
Bogosian, pass deflected. And you know what? Avan has looked a lot better already in the second half, just a minute and a half into it.
Oh, yeah. They really have. I mean, definitely Manuel Bullion, no stranger to making sure the team understands what is on his mind.
And on the other end, Cole
Lots
goes
of
and
contact.
muscles his way in for a layup. You know, in the first half, there was a play where Ira Petsian was yelling at Cole, run for the layup, don't run for a big transition three. And there we see Cole runs for the layup and gets 2 points. Now within single digits, Ibrahimian from downtown.
Fantastic so far. Ibrahimian has been quietly just doing his part.
A guy that you can never give enough praise. On both ends of the court, always impacting the game. Barsekian long on his triple. Bogosian brings it the other way, and Hrazdan wide open under the basket.
That was Bogosian. Did you see that one? The X Factor I was talking about earlier? That's him.
That's what he does. He could facilitate, he could score, he'll D up your best player. Bogosian can do it all. 7.5 left in the third quarter. Avan down 14. Cole from the corner. Too strong.
When I was playing for the Armenian national team, anytime there was an air ball, we had to run. Coach would have us run. So far, damn, there's a couple of miles I'm
You'd be
already
gassed, huh?
Excuse me?
You'd be gassed by now, huh?
Oh. Armenia, 3,000 feet above elevation. Man, you can faint with that elevation.
Yeah, those gyms don't get pleasant, especially in the summertime. I've been there. Other end now. Avan clawing their way back into it. Arapetian, corner Barsegian. Barsegian,
Beautiful.
crafty move.
Got himself from the left to the right hand. Injagulian, another Hoover High School alumnus. Couldn't get to it.
A lot of players calling for timeouts, but jump ball happened first. Avan ball. You know, I love what I'm seeing from Avan in this second half. So much more aggression.
You know, a big change from last year's season. Last year it would be a lot of jump balls whenever there was, like actual tip off at the middle, and it's changed now, and it's by possession, and honestly, it makes the game go by so much smoother.
Arapetian brings.
I see Cole in the corner. He's waiting.
He's got Narva matched up on him. Zajian had that going in the first half, not in the second. Ibrahimian finds Hrazdan. Back to Narva corner. Too strong, but Hrazdan.
You got to make that.
This is the follow-up.
Hrazdan, every single day, 4 p.m. at Academy USA, just perfecting his craft while still being a student at UCLA. Makes the drive all the way from West LA to Academy USA in Glendale just to get some shots up.
And nothing but the utmost respect to him for doing so. And you're seeing it in the game. He's had a huge impact. Scored in double figures in the first half. Longurian battling. And there's your boy Samson calling out, saying, run the same play. Just do it again.
Such a distinct voice. I feel like I have nightmares about it. Dreams, nightmares, same thing.
I'm sure you have dreams and nightmares about a lot of people in this
I
league.
didn't want to admit that he was in my dreams, but you know how it goes.
Arapetian hits his first three-pointer of the game.
Let's see if he can build off that momentum, Zando.
Huge triple, cuts the lead to single digits now with 5.5 left in the third. Hrazdan gets it to Longurian. Up top, Injagulian. Can't answer. Other way, Arapetian gets it to Barsegian. Drives. Off-balance shot, no good. Injagulian gets it up to Ibrahimian. He has Hrazdan running with him. Like Rajon Rondo right there with that move.
Hey, with the jersey, too. I'm not that colorblind. I can tell Celtics colors with Hrazdan.
Kirkayan deep. And he pops it.
Bang.
Wow.
I mean, that's that Crescento Valley teaching. I mean, Coach Z at Crescento Valley, much respect to him. He's basically breeding a bunch of logo Lillards.
You can see there's a lot of players here.
Fantastic
Said it a
pass.
million times from Pacific League as Hrazdan gets an and one. I'm sure you've noticed it, Richard. All the players that have been coming in and putting in extra work have really been the ones that have been X factors today and just really making an impact on the floor.
It's eminent, right? You can see it right in front of your eyes. It's there. I mean, Hrazdan, one of the people that hustles day and night. Bogosian's here every Wednesday, making sure he perfects his craft.
And another thing on top of that, they're great players and even better people off of the court.
You sound like the spokesman for this league.
Hey, man, I know them personally. They've never done anything wrong to me. I got to give them credit where it's due.
Hey, I appreciate it. I like it.
Arapetian
Wild pass.
heads it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez seemed like he had Arapetian in the corner.
Gonzalez was relying on that impact that was about to come as Hrazdan able to make that cross-court bucket.
And Rich, one thing for Hrazdan, every time the shot goes up on the defensive end, someone starts running to the other side of the court.
Oh yeah, and as Arapetian, he's getting his game on. That's the second bucket so far.
Arapetian's doing his thing, cutting the lead back down to 10. Under 4 minutes now in the third.
Ebrahimian's likely going to take it to the rack on this one.
Nice move.
He saw that lane.
It just seems like Narba's like a wine. He's getting better with age. Over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez. Another bucket.
Gonzalez learned from that last time. This time he was like, I got to make that one. That was too easy to let it go.
Bogosian, top of the key. Avan, chance to bring it into single digits. Over to Cole. Cole working on Longurian, splits the double and gets the bucket.
That was something. That was really something.
What a treat to watch a guy like Austin Cole only averaged under 10 points his freshman year in college, averaged over 10 the whole time through. A guy who made 1,000 threes in his collegiate career too. Hrazdan, another bucket.
Did you say 1,000 3-pointers? That is insane.
I don't think I made 1,000 baskets in my life.
Can't relate.
Look, not all of us were good at basketball. Cole, no good on the triple.
Hrazdan waits for the rest of them.
Hrazdan pulls.
He thought about that one. I think that's why it didn't go in. He should have just
I don't know if you
taken
saw
that.
Arapeti there. He literally just started walking
really?
away from him. Just ultimate disrespect. Koroyan. Arapetian not happy with his teammate's shot selection. I don't blame him there.
Yeah, that should have been a bucket wide open. Shot clock's at 10. You're going to have to get a bucket up.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Belosian beats it. Can't hit, though.
Who else but Longurian working hard down low.
Other end of the court. Cole finds Arapetian. Arapetian too strong. Doroyan completely whiffs the putback. Gets it the second time around.
Should have came down with it. For the youngsters watching out there, make sure you just grab that rebound, go back up with it. Stay simple.
Minute 20 left in the third quarter. 8-point lead for Hrazdan. Barbara can't extend to double digits, and there's Longurian working again.
He's a workhorse.
Kirkayan deep.
Oh. Wow.
Talk about a shooter's touch.
Wow. I mean, theoretically, that was a goaltending, but
Yeah, it looked
If the
like
shoe
someone
fits.
pulled down the rim. Might have hurt themselves.
I wish I could touch rim to have that kind of problem.
45 seconds left in the third quarter. Samson airballs a three.
He needed to use more legs on that one. He's a little gassed.
And I mean, Richard, Avan was in a huge hole early on in the game, but now they're only down 5 points.
It's a game of runs. I mean, we saw that all of last year. I mean, of course, when you look at it from a basic standpoint, the league looks completely different. You got sponsors on the floor. You got the whole media team that has, changed as well.
You got me back.
Yeah, we got you back from Florida. I mean, I don't know what you were doing in that state of humidity.
Dealing with the humidity.
And alligators.
Lucky enough to not deal with any alligators besides some Florida gators I knew out there.
I mean, the university that I went to was San Francisco State University, and the mascot is the gator. But actually, it was a spelling error from the 1950s when they thought it was an actual gator when it was meant for the Golden Gate Bridge.
The more you know.
Random facts with Rich.
Cole gets a good look, not able to hit. But an 8-second differential on the shot and game clock. Hrazdan looking to extend their lead. Flood
Wide
pass to
open.
Longurian. Longurian too long, and Avan with a chance to hold for the final shot of the quarter.
Lungurian looked at the bench and he basically apologized with his eyes.
9, 8 seconds. 5 seconds left in the quarter. 2, 1. Cole forces one up. Can't get it to go, but Avan comes furiously, striking back, cuts the lead to 5 points. We'll be right back with the final quarter of this action-packed game right after this word from our sponsors.
Last year was an eye-opening experience working out for 5 teams. So you know your hard work is what got you those opportunities. And I always said I'll open the door for you, but you just got to do your part. You know. And
No, that's true. It's funny because he told me that when I signed with him. He's like, look, he's like, I'm gonna get you in front of these doors. I'm gonna get you in front of NBA doors, no doubt. But once you walk into those gym, once you walk into that gym, you gotta perform. I can't perform for you.
It's the time of the season when love runs high. In this time, give it to me easy, and let me try with pleasured hands to take you in the sun to promised lands, to show you everyone. It's the time of the season for love.
Fourth quarter just about set, ready to get going. Avan trailing by just 5 points after being down nearly 20 in the first half. Furious comeback, Rich, and we got a lot more action coming the rest of the season. Next week, we got Armens versus Avan. We got Academy USA versus Artsakh, who's yet to play in the tournament. And we have Aragats versus Erebuni. Hrazdan's going to get the week off, but I promise you these teams are all still really good.
Each team gets a week off at least, for those unfamiliar with the scheduling.
Satikian comes in and hits a 3. That's big.
You know, coming out of the coming out of the third quarter and knocking that down, big confidence booster for Hrazdan.
2-pointer by Gonzalez. But there's Yazidian again with
Who
a
else?
follow-up.
Who else but Yazidian? I mean, I had the privilege to play with him for a year at Burbank High School, and that man, 5 minutes before, like he was always there before the practice even started.
Satikian can't hit 2 in a row. Other way now, Cole. Cole might have been a push-off, finds Barsegian.
Oh my
Barsegian
God.
with a triple.
Oh my God, ESPN, someone.
And just
Replay
like
now.
that, Avan has made it a 1-possession game.
Did you see that? That was insane.
Indragulian being an air traffic controller. Gonzalez being a little too aggressive with Narbe.
He admitted it.
You know, that's one thing in basketball. Like, it's so pointless in my opinion. You obviously fouled the guy. You don't need to raise your hand and say that one was on me.
For me, it's the gentleman's agreement. Look, if I hack the guy, I'm raising my hand.
Samson gets it into Big C. Indragulian cross court. And it'll go the other way. Avan now with a chance to bring it to a 1-point game. You know, if you think about it, Rich, these games have just been getting better as they go on. The first game, a little bit of a snooze fest of blowout. Second game was close to the end as Yazajian makes it a 1-point game. And now this one looks like it's going to come down to the wire as well.
You know, that's what I love about AABA. Anyone can win it at any time. I mean, Aragats last year only had 1 win. Today, they took on the finalists. So,
Other way, Cole with a chance to give Avan the lead. Great rim protection by Big Z.
Avan needs to put their head down and just compete. They can't be talking to the referees or else it's going to go
Ibrahimi
Not their
off
way.
on the 3. Under 8 minutes now. Hrazdan keeps it alive. Kirkayan, I know he wants to pull that one. Parsegian. Short on the pull-up. Hounding Z other way now. Ibrahimian pushing the break. Pass to Zatikian.
Beautiful
Kirkayan
pass.
already fouled him in transition, didn't get the call.
Kirkayan a little lazy there, to be frank. I don't know. Wouldn't be the decision that I'd make there, respectfully.
Gonzalez. No good on the pull-up.
Who else? Who else?
Hrazdan
like
again.
Hrazdan?
Look, he may not have the most points on the court, but if I got a player of the game, I'm giving it to Hrazdan for sure.
100%. I mean, so far he has been the energy, the fire, the fuel, whatever you want to call it.
I'm in a spark plug.
The what? I'm sorry?
Spark plug.
Spark plug. I've never heard what that is. Maybe that could be the foreign in me. I'm a
Maybe it is.
the son of immigrants. It happens.
Hrazdan hits the first back to a 2-point game.
Zando, which jersey is your favorite one? I mean, there's been a complete
Ooh.
revamp of the jerseys.
We've been
Which one
discussing
is your
this.
favorite one?
I'm going to go with Avan's. Honestly, I really like Avan's. It reminds me of the Armenian national team jersey we were talking a couple days ago, but I really like Avan's jersey. And yeah, they take number 1. I
think
don't have it too.
I mean, sadly, Artsakh hasn't played yet, but Artsakh's jersey is really my favorite one.
Give me some PSG vibes. I like their colors. the
Yeah.
most. Remind me of the New England Patriots.
A little bit with the USA jerseys from 2008, maybe.
A little bit of PSG vibes too, as Big Z gets the and one.
And one. Big Z, getting big.
And you know what? Hrazdan hasn't been scoring at will in the second half, but they've been hitting timely baskets. Zatikian came in right at the start of the fourth quarter, hits a 3, extended the lead. It's just a matter of making shots when you need to.
You know, you actually mentioned the three-pointer. I'm not sure if the audience has learned which one the three-pointer is actually. It's the purple line. That's the FIBA three-pointer that we have, that we're using. There's multiple lines, of course, but one is high school, another one's WNBA, another one's FIBA, and the other one is the NBA.
Yeah, a lot of lines there. You can't even see the NBA one. It kind of blends in with the court. And Cole draws a foul. He'll go to the line.
Hrazdan's not happy about that one. 2 free throws coming.
6:45 left in the final quarter.
Injagulian looking confused out there. Does not like the call at all. Probably doesn't even understand why that was called, but that happens.
And Cole, who's usually a great free throw shooter, misses the first.
Should we blame it on the FIBA ball this time, or
I don't know, man.
Hey,
0 for 2.
the
I
way
don't know
that
if
ball
you can blame it
swirls
on the
the rim.
ball. Ibrahimian inside. Draws contact. He'll go to the charity stripe.
I think Hrazdan, if they want to stay on top, they're going to need to go drive to the basket every single time. Of course, shoot the shot when it's open, but take it to the rack. Get big.
You know, neither of these teams really have been crazy threats from the outside. You know, you've seen Kirkayan hit a bunch of them. But besides him, no one, I think, has more than 2 3-pointers.
Interesting observation there. As Ibrahimian knocks down his second.
6-point lead now for Hrazdan. 6.5 minutes left in the ballgame. Arapetian in. Gets the screen from Goroyan.
Good screen. Ooh, couldn't get there on time. Was that a bad pass, or did he not roll right?
We'll blame it on both of them. No one can take the individual blame. Other end, Hudatian brings. Cross-court, Injagulian.
Z wants it. Big Z wants it. He has
He
a mismatch.
gets it. Double coming his way.
Oh, beautiful D.
Great job by Gonzalez, being at the right place, right time. Arapetian gets the foul. Pull to Barseghian. Right by Zatikian. Avedian there with the help. Good pass by Norbert to Hudatian. Big Z. That's what he does. You can't leave him unguarded from that deep.
That has to end with a timeout.
Avan now find themselves down 9 with 5.5 left in the game. Rich, you think they have to go for a 3-pointer out of this timeout, or you think they could just get a 2 and just get their offense back in the flow?
You got 5.5 minutes. There's still a lot of game. Given how the rules are, you really want to make sure that you can understand what's going on, right? So with the ample time that we have, I think they should just run their game.
I think for Hrazdan, just as you were saying, just keep pounding it inside. It's been working all game long.
Yeah, really. I mean, when you look at Hrazdan's game, it's really up and down. Avan has done a pretty good job with, the last few plays, they've been running it down the court as well. You need to see more of that. And you got to match the energy. You just got to match the energy of your opponent. And Avan has done a pretty good job of getting back into the game, but still, 9 points, it's either easy to come back or it amplifies.
As cliche goes, basketball's a game of runs, and it's going to take a big run from Avan to close this gap and finish it off.
Today's league opener is brought to you by Fanzia, fanzia.app. Make sure to follow them on Instagram. By the fans, for the fans.
And let's not forget about Miasin Inc., the official media sponsor of the AABA. Did a great job with Media Day earlier this week, Rich.
Wonderful. Media Day. That was the first Media Day in AABA history, and not the band. I'm talking about the league, us,
and I hear our men's care partner is pretty good, too.
Hey, it's looking good. It's suave. The men's care product has the best beard product, hair product out there. Simone.
Five seconds on the shot clock. Barseghian against Avedian. Not aware of the shot clock, and it expires on him.
You gotta know that the bench has got to talk on that one. That's absolutely unacceptable.
That is as much on the bench as the players, for sure. You gotta call it. Come on.
You gotta have backup. It's like the bench needs to be the camera in your car. You know what I mean? It helps you, but it's not everything, but it helps you.
Yeah, some people like me really rely on the backup camera. That's a different story. Narba misses a 3.
As both sides are starting to let their tempers loose a little bit.
And what's the thing about Samson and Manuel? They're both refs. They know these guys, so they have a lot longer of a leash than everyone else here.
Yeah, they work with the referees. They know them pretty well. But that kind of adds credibility to their conversation, what they're saying. The referees are letting them play, but when it gets down to the fourth quarter, it's a dog-eat-dog world.
I just love the passion Manuel coaches with. I love that he's getting on the refs like that. Nothing against the refs, obviously. You gotta get more people that have known for a long time, done a great job. This is their 3rd game in a row. They've been here for over 4 hours now.
All right, with less than 5 minutes left to go, it's going. I don't know if it's going to go down to the wire, but it's getting a little chippy.
Avan definitely needs a basket here just to get back into some sort of an offensive flow.
Let's see if Ira Petson can get some late action spark. Beautiful
Barseghian.
pass.
Zijian not able to get it to go.
That was a big one.
Barseghian goes crashing into Longurian.
I hope they wipe that wet spot on the floor now.
Four and a half left in the game. Hrazdan up 9 points.
Delay coming from the wet spot. take the time to identify and notify our audience that our main sponsor for today is the Armenian Sniper, Gary Chavichin, one of the up-and-coming athletes having a big shot for the Armenian community in the big leagues.
That guy is always here working. We saw his trainer, Coach V, here right before this game with his team. The Armen's taking a W, and you just got to hope the best for Gary. He's just chasing his dream, working hard, and doing everything he can to make it to the league.
You know, originally he was supposed to be playing, but he had a couple of serious commitments on the basketball aspect of things, and he decided to take this one off.
And another thing about Gary, I love how this summer he was giving back to the Armenian community himself. Went to Shamlian's Armenian School's basketball camp, teaching the youth a little bit of something, which I love to see. Shout out Shamlian, I'm an alumni there. Langurian inside. Ball stays with Hrazdan.
You said you're an alumni? You're in plural? Wouldn't it be alumnus?
Same difference.
Ah.
You can't make me look stupid on my own
It's
broadcast, dude.
I got the inner Larry David in me coming out today.
Cole able to hit a 3 and brings the lead back to 6.
Hey, Cole's gonna have to go into grind mode.
Just gotta get, it's right here, it's stop, score, stop. That's what Avan needs, a stop.
Kirkane is baiting Samson and Jagulian to shoot that.
You know, it looked like Yazajin might have eaten an elbow there.
You know, just a tough player playing against an even tougher opponent as well. I mean, equally tougher, excuse me. Or equally tough, equally tougher.
As tough?
If we have anybody in the chat that's an English major, please let us know.
Under 4 minutes left in the game. Ibrahimian at the line, makes the first free throw. 7-point game.
There we go again. We're hearing Jagulian's voice.
I mean, they definitely heard him on this sideline out of bounds right by us. Ibrahimian good on both his free throws. Under 4 minutes. Cole brings. Hits Irapetian.
Calls over Yazijian. He wants to create some space here.
Yazijian. Post move.
Beautiful play there.
Thought he was going to go up with a jump hook for a second. Decided to take the post fade. Worked out in his favor.
Smart move by
6-point game.
Irapetian. I mean, Irapetian put him in that position to have that switch.
Inside now, Ibrahimian. Ooh, around the back pass, but Barselian's there with the defense.
9 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to have to create something out of this.
Plenty of time with the offensive firepower they have on the court. Into Langurian. Kudatsian close by
Beautiful.
Cole. Shot blocked. Avan on the break. Samson gives a foul. Next one will be bonus
On
for
second thought,
Avan.
excuse me, sorry. On second thought, the Avan jersey is growing on me. It's growing on me.
Arsegian, nice pump fake. Cole, quick trigger. Just seems like Cole not having his best day from the field. Big Z tries coming with the three-pointer of his own, no good. Under 3 minutes now. Cole gets Yazijian screen. Drops off the pass. Corner Barselian. His three-pointer is good.
They needed that one desperately.
And it seems like Avan's playing behind by so much more from the way the game is playing out.
Yes, sir. You got that right, Zendo.
And Jagulian thinks about it, takes it, and pegs it in.
The bank is open on Saturdays.
Doesn't matter how you get it done as long as it's done. And Barselian tries answering back. Other way, in Jagulian, the easiest 2 points he'll have in his life.
Naturally, a timeout.
Timeout. Avan, 8-point game now with under 2 minutes. We're just going to take a quick score by Avan right here.
Excuse me?
You need a quick score from Avan right here.
Oh, easily, easily. I mean, Avan needs to come out of this one and get a quick bucket because you can't afford to waste 24 seconds on this one. I mean, by the time it's the end of it, it's going to be 130 that they're going to have on defense.
And you have to expect Hrazdan to just slow down the pace of the game coming down. Look for one shot, probably with under 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, yeah. Man, Academy USA. I mean, for those unfamiliar with this place, it has 3 NBA regulation-sized courts, frequent visits from Kevin Durant, James Harden, you know, Robert Ory's a frequent, Derek Fisher, just to name a few.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
Excuse me?
Spencer Dinwiddie.
I thought it said Spencer Davudi, and I
No.
was like, oh, since when was he Armenian? I
Rich,
wish.
what would you have done with a facility like this when you were a kid?
Man, don't get me started. I mean, coulda, woulda, shoulda. I mean, it's hard to tell, but I would have been here day and night.
Yazijian will inbound.
All right, less than 2 minutes. Let's see what they do.
Avan slowing down the pace a little bit. Pick it up, and Barsekian wide open, but he airballs. And other way, Hrazdan on the break extends the lead to double digits.
I think that's a nail in the coffin there.
That one might be it. Barsekian to the other end.
They needed that one there.
Showing some fight still. Avan in it with a minute 25, but they need to stop on this possession. Ibrahimian right into Yazijian's chest.
That was tough. I mean, to be completely honest, for a second there, I was questioning Ibrahimian going down the lane. He should have just held the ball, but more power to him.
Barsekian off on his 3, and with a minute left, Hrazdan up 10. This one's just about over. Hrazdan will go to the free throw line again. This game may be coming to an end, but don't worry. We got more basketball for you next week. We got Armens versus Avan at 1 o'clock on September 17th, followed by Academy USA and Artsakh, who will be making their season debut at 2:30. And to close it out, we'll have Aragat versus Arabuni at 4 o'clock.
Arabuni, man, today in the league opener, you know, they really showed out.
Hrazdan misses both free throws, and now Cole bringing it down. Cole tries powering through Zatikian. Finds a way to score, and Hrazdan pushing the other way. You know, Rich, we talked about Dre being an X factor in this game. Didn't really see too much of him in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, you know, dare I say maybe that could have been the reason why they halted a little bit. The pedal to, you know, they had the pedal to the metal on the first half, but second half, yeah, I wish I saw a little bit more of Bogosian.
Didn't come back to haunt them in the end. Hrazdan looks like they're going to take this one handedly. Up 10 right now with Hrazdan at the line.
I'm very excited to see who is on top at the end of the year because Hrazdan today completely have shown why they are the defending champs. I mean, there's a lot of room to grow, and they've lost a couple of players, of course, but two-time defending champions are not playing around.
Cole, no good on a 3. Bogosian bringing it the other way. Hrazdan just padding stats at this point with that layup. And there's Zatikian with the follow-up. 20 seconds remain now. Cole drives in, gets a foul.
Shaken up there.
Yeah, looks like he's a little hobbled.
I mean, thankfully, all AABA players have access to state-of-the-art facility and physical trainers. You know, Melissa Livingston, absolutely phenomenal. Chris Jamkochian, you know, muscle therapist. They're great, making sure our players are safe and secure.
Cole will shoot what I could pretty confidently say will be the last 2 free throws of the game. Makes the first. Second one also good. 18 seconds remain. And all Hrazdan's got to do is cross at the half-court line, and they'll have their first W of the season.
I had fun today. I mean, for those of you that are new to this league, it's only getting better. The whole purpose of this is to grow Armenian basketball and American basketball, and to give athletes an opportunity to continue.
And that'll do it for the final game of the opening day for the AABA. Hrazdan takes it 94-84 against Avan in a great game. Avan almost made that second half comeback, but the defending champs show why they've been on top for 2 years straight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, out of just kind of looking at overall today, I think I have a couple of takeaways. The Armans are not messing around. The Aragats are back, you know, even better. Arabuni is one of the I think they're going to be a top 3 team this year. I mean, we didn't even know what to expect because we didn't have the rosters till a week ago. But now we totally see that.
And for those of you that are still tuned in, don't go anywhere next week. We'll be back. I promise we'll be back. We got games next week. We got games till the end of October. Stick around. Subscribe. Follow us on Twitch. It's free. Won't harm you. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. This is Zandor Zamanian signing off for Richard Elmoyan. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you next week.
I mean, what's important for this upcoming season is just Gary being consistent and getting a chance to show what he can do and be on the court, and all this hard work to pay off from where he started last year and kind of just keep evolving to where it's going. As we talk about, G, it's about getting 1% better every day. I think that's what we need to just focus on.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's the time of the season when love runs high. In this time, give it to me easy, and let me try with pleasured hands to take you